All right, so in our last video, we were introduced to Electron and we saw that we could start it up with the script that we created, that it opens up this Chrome window for us, and that we can therefore utilize things that we already are very comfortable with, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, to create a UI or an application, a desktop application, using the tools we already know about. And because it's Electron, it's also going to be cross-platform for us, so we don't have to worry about all the individual aspects of all of that. So when we fired up this window, we noticed that there was a custom menu system that came with this particular window. Well, in this video, we're going to create our own custom menu. So let's hop to that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is create a constant called menu, and we're going to utilize Electron's submodule called menu. Fantastic. Okay, and then down here below where I loaded the URL into the window, what we're going to do is we're going to create a variable to hold on to our, we're going to end up building a template here. So we're going to use menu, build from template, and then we're going to create a custom template that we're going to use as our boilerplate or our menu, really, if that's how we should describe it. And so once we create that template, then we need to, it's two parts, we need to apply that template or attach that template to our application. We use set application menu method for that, and then we'll put in this menu that we've created in the build from template line above. Okay, well that doesn't do anything yet because we need to create a template. And so let's go about doing that. Fantastic. All right, so below my app on ready here, I'm going to create a template, and this is just object notation like we've done before. And our template is full. It's full of arrays of. Let's see. We're going to create a label. Let's just do something like about for now, and see how that works. So this template gets put into our build from template, which then gets attached to our application. And let's see that go into, see that working. Hey, check that out. There it is. It's not doing anything. We're clicking on it. We can see you clicking on it and nothing's happening. So, okay. Let's do this. Instead of about for the moment, I'm going to change this up and we'll make that a submenu. But what I'm going to do is just kind of a cool little trick. I'm going to do electron app.getName, and this name will come from no semicolon there for sure. Okay, so if we look at package.json, in our package.json file, in our second line here, we're going to put in product name. And this is also the name it'll pull out when we create an executable, so it will serve a purpose there too. Here we're just seeing it work. We'll call it my first Electron app. Fantastic. Okay, and then follow that with a comma. Okay, and then now let's run our, let's look back at main.js and look at our template. So it should be getting that name, and that should be our first element in our menu. Let's see if that works. There we go. Not doing anything yet. That's kind of a long name for a file name, or for a menu name, but that's okay. This is just to get us warmed up. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to create a submenu. Submenu, and that's also going to be full of arrays. And the first one will be, we'll use label. I guess I'll use about for this one. And let's just run that and see if that works. It's always good to do it one at a time there. So if I click on, oh, there's a submenu. Fantastic. Okay, so let's also create in our submenu, I'm also going to create this thing called type. S-E-P, SEP, A-R-A-T-O-R. And then I'm also going to create another one that I'll call label quit. Okay, let's see what all that does. So if I run it, I've got a drop down, and I know it's hard to see in my video, but hopefully you can see it on your screen. So I have 2 submenu items, and that separator is just that a little line separator. So if that's, sometimes you see that on file systems to separate ideas from, anyway, I don't need to explain what a separator is. I'm sure you can figure that one out. But anyway, nothing's happening when I click on any of these things. Just, okay. So let's make some things happen. Always good to have magic things happen. All right, so what we'll do is we'll, let's pull this label down just for clarity. And I think what we'll do is we will, just trying to keep my things in order here. Let's add, if somebody clicks on quit, something will happen. So my label, I don't like to use that word, but my keyword there is going to be quit. And we're going to create an anonymous function. However you want to do it, there's different ways as we've talked about. I think I'll do the underscore and the fat arrow for this one. And then our function is going to be, on click, we're going to quit the app. So there is a function called quit app quit. And we're also going to do something, let's see, I'm going to do it after the click. I'm going to do a comma. We're going to add another one. And this time I'm going to call it accelerator. And this is a PC. So if you're a Mac, you'd put command control plus Q for quit. And there's ways that you can, let's see, what am I missing here? Got a bunch of red squigglies, which is never a good sign. So let me take a moment to peruse and figure out, oh, nope, that's correct. Let's see, type separator, label, quit, comma, click is an anonymous function, quit, and then Control C. Maybe I have an extra one of these. I think that's what's going on. Not quite. What am I missing? And I think that this is my offender. There we go. Okay. So now when I run this, let's see what happens. All right. So when I click on my menu item, I have about. Nothing happens yet. When I hit on quit, quit should close the app, and we logged in our close, just as if we had hit that window in the top right-hand corner. So what was that Control Q then? Well, that's your shortcut keys. And so if I clicked on that, I should see my shortcut keys showing up, but I do not. So let's see what happened there. So as long as I spelled accelerator properly, A-C-C-E-L, I guess I didn't spell that right. Okay. Now let's see if we can do that correctly. So there they are. So there's my Control Q. So now I've set up shortcut keys, and so I'll just do Control Q to make sure it works, and it closed. So there is that. If we wanted to add another, let's add another feature. We lost our development tools there, didn't we? So let's add that. So I'm going to add a comma. And we'll do another label. And I'll add dev tools. And then on click, anonymous function. We're going to do, let's see, item, comma, focused, window. I just looked this up. I don't know. This is where all that, oh, let's see, let me stop talking for a moment. This needs to go in my anonymous function. So I got to stop talking. Okay, so let me do this so it's a little bit more clear. So in my anonymous function, I'm going to send 2 items. And what my point was, if you look up in the documentation, then you know what to put in. I'm not just like super smart and memorize that these things go there. I looked it up in the documentation. And this is what it said as I need. So I'm going to put, oh, since it's an anonymous function, that's all I need. And then we have our anonymous parentheses or braces filled in. We're going to put in in our braces. Somehow I missed that. Okay, focused, window, toggle, DevTools. Okay, so I suppose we can also then get really courageous here and add another item, and we'll add an accelerator, and let's do control plus I and see what happens there. All right, here we go. Always an adventure. All right, so now we have DevTools showing up, and sure enough, there's my cool developer tools. It's a toggle, so I should be able to toggle it on and off. All right, see if the control I works. Fantastic. All right, so there you have it, a custom menu that has whatever it is we need. We have click events, so we can start sending whatever we want to put in our anonymous functions. We can tell that, give our commands or our statements in our anonymous functions with our clicks. We've added the dev tools back in. So that is creating menu systems.